What a wonderful day to learn something new and open up your imagination. 'Cause it's story time with your friends. Story time with Miss Diann. So sit back and relax, 'cause Story Garden is about to begin.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to the Story Garden with your host, Miss Diann. I'm so happy to have you here today. I have a fun story for you. And guess what? It's a story I wrote, my brand new book. So, you sit back, relax, put on your imagination cap, and away we go. This is the Moonling Adventures, the Serengeti. And I'm so excited to share it with you because I actually have been with the Serengeti and seeing the animals, well, you're just about to go on the adventure too. Ready? Oh, one more thing. My youngest daughter, Catherine, did the illustrations and I think you're going to love them. Now, for those who've read The Little Girl in the Moon, you know she has a doggie named Moxie. But today, you're going to find out she has another doggie named Lola. And Lola's going to go with her today. And a new character. Her best friend, the little boy in the moon. And his dog, Shadow. You ready? Okie dokie. Here we go. Guess what, Lola? Asked the little girl in the moon. We have a big day ahead. Lola looked up the little girl in the moon, excited to hear what they would be doing. The little girl in the moon bent down and patted Lola and said, "We're going on an adventure today with the little boy in the moon, and Shadow's coming too." And Lola wagged her tail with excitement. Lola loved to go on the simulated adventures with the little girl in the moon and her friends, especially when they brought her furry fellow friends along. Lola's so cute. Remember, it's a moonling dog, so they look a little different. Well, let's get going. We're meeting them at the observatory, said the little girl in the moon as Lola wriggled and spun in a circle, excited about seeing her best friend Shadow. As Lola and the little girl in the moon drew closer to the observatory, Lola spotted Shadow and they both barked, "Arr, arr, arr," each at each other as if to say hi. "I can't wait to go on our safari. Oh, it's going to be so much fun," said the little boy in the moon. Here they are, the observatory. "I've always wanted to go to Kenya," said the little girl in the moon. "Oh, and another part of the Serengeti and Tanzania too." So they hurried off to the simulated spaceship. There they are. So excited. Well, Lola and Shadow liked to sit in the control seats when they went on their adventures. The control panel was made up of big screen and lots of control buttons, and there was even a trackball that was the most important when it came to viewing all the wonderful places and objects they would explore. The best part was the trackball. It made it possible to have a 360-degree view. You could have aerial views, side views, land views, and even underwater views. It was magical. Look at those doggies. Shadow and Lola. Well, Lola and Shadow learned how to work the control panel based on the commands given by the little girl and little boy in the moon. It was great fun for all of them, and the little girl and the little boy in the moon would give the commands and watch from behind. Lola pushed the green control button, and the adventure began. And there's Lola pushing the green control button. They all watched the master screen as they came closer to Earth. It felt like they were flying as the spaceship bumped along the clouds above the Earth and came closer, and the land started to appear. Wow! Right? The spaceship tilted left, and then it dipped right, and then it paused and hovered, and then it lowered the landing gear as they touched down. And then the gears shifted and the ship was propelled forward. It felt like they were riding in a jeep as they traveled towards the animals. Here they are landing on Earth. Let's see what animal they're going to see first. Look over there, exclaimed the little girl in the moon. It's a lion. Or, in Moonling, a lion. Wow, look at him. He's so big, said the little boy in the moon. Look at his mane. I wouldn't want to brush all that hair. I bet lions get lots of bugs in their mane, said the little boy in the moon. Lola and Shadow wagged their tails in agreement. Look at the lion in his home and the beautiful sunset at night. Wow, you should see it. It's so amazing. Look over there, said the little girl in the moon. It's a lioness, which is a girl lion. In Moonling language, it's a leoness. Did you know, I read when a lion roars, they can be heard about 5 miles or 8 kilometers away, asked the little girl in the moon. There's the lioness. Sunset, right? Let's see what else we can see, said the little boy in the moon. And they pointed the telescope in a new direction. And guess what they saw? Let's see. Ooh, they saw zebras. Or, in Moonling, the sabrine. Wow, look at all those stripes, said the little girl in the moon. Did you know when their ears are straight up, it means they're calm? That is one way they communicate, said the little boy in the moon. Lola and Shadow wagged their tails in agreement. Interesting way to talk. They use their ears. And I will say, the zebras were amazing to see. Let's see what else we can see, said the little girl in the moon. And they pointed the telescope in a new direction. And guess what they saw? Check out that telescope. I wonder what they saw. Ready? Are you sure? Well, let's find out. Elephants. Oh, in Moonling language, it's called Phelodontus. They have great big ears, said the little boy in the moon. Did you know elephants live in herds? Asked the little girl in the moon. And did you know that the oldest female is the one in charge? Lola and Shadow wagged their tail in agreement. "Let's see what else we can see," said the little boy in the moon, and they pointed the telescope in a new direction. And guess what they saw? I can't wait to see. Ooh, giraffes. Oh, in Moonling, that's giraffe. Giraffe. "They're so tall," said the little girl in the moon. "Did you know giraffes, their legs are so long that their necks are too short to reach the ground?" "You wouldn't think that, would you?" asked the little boy in the moon. Lola and Shadow wagged their tail in agreement. Imagine that, because you think, oh, giraffes have such long necks, but because their legs are so long that even that long neck won't reach the ground. Such a beautiful picture. "Let's see what else we can see," said the little girl in the moon, and they pointed the telescope in a new direction. Pointing the telescope, and guess what they saw? Ooh, hyenas. Oh, or in Moonling language, the hyena. "Did you know that hyenas travel in packs?" asked the little girl in the moon. Lola and Shadow wagged their tail in agreement. And here's the hyenas right there in the Serengeti. "Well, let's see what else we can see," said the little boy in the moon, and they pointed the telescope in a new direction. Ooh, look at that. You can see the doggies through the telescope. How cool is that? Guess what they saw? Ooh, water buffaloes are in Moonling the watering buffalo. "They really are huge," said the little girl in the moon. "Did you know water buffaloes live up to 20 years?" asked the little boy in the moon. And Shadow and Lola wagged their tail in agreement. There's the water buffaloes. "Let's see what else we can see," said the little girl in the moon, and they pointed the telescope in a new direction, and guess what they saw? Let's find out. Guess what they saw? Oh, wow! Impalas. Or, in Moonling, the Ipalo. "Did you know impalas have been known to jump 10 feet high?" said the little girl in the moon, and Lola and Shadow wagged their tail in agreement. "Lola, see what else we can see," said the little boy in the moon, and they pointed this telescope in a new direction. And guess what they saw? Ooh, they saw warthogs. Or, in Moonlings, the Warza Holgi. "Look at their tusks," said the little girl in the moon. "Did you know the warthogs like to be on their knees?" Their knees have pads on them. "And they walk around and then they pull up and eat the grass," said the little boy in the moon. And Lola and Shadow wagged their tail in agreement. "Let's see what else we can see," said the little girl in the moon. There's the new picture. And guess what they saw? Ooh, it's underwater. What do you think it is? Oh, you're right. A hippopotamus. Or, in Moonling, the hippo. Lola, let's see him underwater, said the little girl in the moon. Wow, they have giant eyes, said the little boy in the moon. Did you know the hippopotamus are the second largest land animals in the whole wide world? They spent lots of time in the water to stay cool, said the little girl in the moon, and Lola and Shadow wagged their tail in agreement. Let's see what else we can see, said the little boy in the moon, and they pointed the telescope in a new direction. Guess what they saw? Whoa! 2 rhinoceroses are in Moonling the rhinocercos. They have big horns, said the little girl in the moon. And did you know the rhinoceroses have a very small brain? Asked the little boy in the moon. And Lola and Shadow wagged their tail in agreement. Wow. Let's see what else we can see, said the little girl in the moon. So guess what they did? You're right. They pointed the telescope in a new direction. And guess what they saw? A vervet monkey, or in Moonling, Grurvet, Maine. They are so cool, said the little boy in the moon. Did you know that a vervet monkeys like to be in the trees, but will come down to the ground when they want to find food? Asked the little girl in the moon. And Lola and Shadow wagged their tail in agreement. Can you see the monkey hiding up there? Yeah, they blend in so well, don't they? Well, it looks like our time is up, said the little boy in the moon. Shadow, please press the red button to return and end the simulation. So Shadow pushed the red button because it was time. Boo-hoo. Can you see? Smart doggies, right? Moonling doggies. Pretty soon, the spaceship blasted off from the Earth's surface, and they could see Earth disappear as they traveled through the clouds and returned to the moon. There they go. Lola and Shadow barked as they were excited that the simulation and the little boy and the little girl on the moon talked all the fun things they had learned. And the 2 friends agreed to go on another adventure real soon. They all said goodbye and went their separate ways. I wonder where they will go next time. Where would you like to go? I would love to hear. And then here are pages of the Moonling words. Didn't Catherine do a great job? I wonder, what was your favorite animal? I would love to know. Feel free to email me and tell me. The zebras, the lion, the hippopotamus. When I was a little girl, we would go to the zoo, my grandma and Aunt Pat and my daddy and mommy and all my brothers, and we had so much fun. I never could decide which animal I liked best. When you walked into the Houston Zoo, almost the first thing you would always see are the seals, and they were so much fun. But then it was exciting to see the elephants and then the giraffes. Oh, I got scared in the snakes, but I did love seeing all the animals, but to see them where they live in their homeland, wow, so, so amazing. And that's why I wanted Catherine to paint pictures that were so much like the land they come from, because I wanted the moonlings to discover the Serengeti, and I hope one day you can too. Remember that the moonlings love Earth just as much as we Earthlings love the moon. Well, I would love to know what you would like me to write next time. Where would you like for them to go? Or what would you like them to know about on Earth? Would it be maybe the dinosaurs that they could study in a simulation? Maybe it's the beautiful waterfalls or the canyons. Talk to your mommy and daddy or your loved one and let me know. Would really, really love to get your suggestions. In the meantime, I hope you go out and have a beautiful day, and remember to embrace imagination. Till next time, have a great day.